something that's not clear, you can ask now. Everything is fine? Okay, so then let us move to the tutorials. Let us solve some problems. So as you have seen, the tutorial problems are lots of problems, okay, and I am not really expecting you to solve everything. That is not necessary. That is not even possible. But try as much as you can. Okay, that's the important thing. We will solve whatever we can today in today's class, and we will also spend some time on Monday. Okay, so you will have tomorrow as well to think about some things. But more importantly, whatever we solve beyond that, whatever problems remain, try them on your own. Okay, that is important. Try them on your own, and if something is not clear, if you have doubts, you come back and ask me. Okay, so in between, if we want some doubt solving session or something, we can do that sometime after a few weeks time. Okay, we can do that, but try the problems on your own, and that is important. Okay, so I'm repeating again and again, try them on your own. Okay, so let us start. So have you people tried some problems? Have you had a look at the tutorial sheet? If you have not tried, then it is very difficult. Okay, I mean, just as I was saying last time, if you're not trying things, that's why I gave 1 day break, because I wanted you to try. If you're not trying, then you are not going to benefit from this. Things will not work out smoothly. That's a problem. Okay, so have you tried some problems at least? Have you tried one problem, two problems from the sheet? See, I am okay if you try questions and then you don't get the answer. That is also fine. My question to you is, have you looked at the tutorial sheet? Have you tried to solve? If you did not solve, chalega.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
so what did you try? Which one did you try? Then we can start from that question, no? See, I'm not going to
I have
solve all problems. There are too
I
many.
have tried the first question. Prove the following.
Okay,
उसमें से बहुत examples.
फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन में से कुछ कुछ ट्राई किया. ओके, कोई हुआ क्या इजीली? कुड यू सॉल्व सम?
जो सर जो पहले वाले हैं it's kind of easy, but बाद जो मतलब थोड़े आगे वाले वो नहीं आए मेरे को.
राइट, सो आई आस्क्ड दैट ओनली, नो, मैंने वही तो पूछा कि कुछ ट्राई किया था क्या? देन यू आर सपोज्ड टू से यस. ओके, यू आर नॉट सपोज्ड टू कीप वेटिंग लाइक दिस. You did try, no? So you should have said me. You should have told that you did. So anyways, give me 1 second. Let me just get this tablet. Okay, let me share my screen. Tutorial sheet anyways you have, so you can see from there. I'll share my screen and you should be able to see the board. Okay, can you see the screen now? Can you see what I'm writing? Can you see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is where we are. So let's write down. Tutorial 1. So, okay, let's start with the first one. Anyways. First one easy actually. So, question 1. First one. So there are three sub questions here, right? So n log n is big O n square. Is that easy? Easy because we have n log n. See, log n is less than or equal to n. I hope you know these estimates, right? Log x is less than or equal to x for all x actually. For all x greater than or equal to 1. या किसी का तो माइक ऑन नहीं है. सत्यश्री माइक ऑफ कीजिए प्लीज. थैंक्स. ओके सो log n का एस्टिमेट देख लेते हैं. चलो, and let me show you how to search for these things. Okay, so log x and x. So we have a graph. Okay, or sometimes if you are not, so you can do search of this kind. And what do you have? Well, this you have that x is greater than log x for all x greater than 0. Okay, I mean just look through this and somebody will have posted a nice argument. But there is also an easier way. There's something called Desmos if you are not familiar with. So let me just show this to you. Go to graphing calculator and here you can just write y equal to x as one line. Then you click here, you get a new thing. Then you can y equal to log x. Okay. Now do you see x is greater than log x for all x positive? This thing is lying above this thing. Okay. So that is what it is. So n is greater than log n in fact for everything. So in fact this is less than n squared, is n times n for odd n greater than or equal to 1. This implies n log n is big O n squared. Is that okay? Fine. But now we have to show something more. Okay. This was the first part. So let's do A, B, C here so that things don't get confused. So this is A. Now B, we have to check that n log n is a little o. It's not just smaller than n squared, it's very small as compared to n squared. So we have limit n tending to infinity. What do we have to check? N log n by n squared, right? But that is equal to limit n tending to infinity log n by n, and that is equal to 0. That limit will also be equal to 0. Why is that? So this is an important thing that you should maybe remember. We wrote it last time, I think, but uh, important result. So let me write it down here once again. For every positive number delta, we have limit n tending to infinity log n by n to the delta is equal to 0, and limit n tending to infinity n to the delta by 2 to the n is equal to 0. Okay, or 2 to the n by n to the delta is equal to infinity. These are standard results in limits. You can prove them with some effort, or you can check them online to see some proofs, but I don't expect proofs of these things. Okay, you can assume these. You can assume these and then you can prove your statements. Okay, I don't want you to prove these things. These are real analysis questions. Okay, so that is clear, and therefore, so we have this, and this implies n log n is equal to little o n square. It's very small as compared to n square. Okay. Now the third part is n log n equal to little o n square root n. Do you see how n square root n is in comparison with n square? Can someone tell me what should be the relationship between n square root n and n squared? See, that is easy. If you have to write n square root n as n to the k, what should k be?
3/2.
हाँ, तो 3/2 क्या है नंबर डेसिमल में?
1.5.
हाँ, so 1.5 is less than 2, right?
Yes, sir.
So now you tell me, what do you think? N square root n and n square. What should be the relationship between them? N square root n is n to the 1.5. And you have n squared. What should be the relationship between them? N and n squared, that is n to the 1 and n squared, right? What is the connection between them? That you already know. What is it?
N square is greater than n.
अरे भैया, मैं बिग ओमेगा की बात कर रहा हूँ, तुम इधर ग्रेटर देन लेस देन का बात कर रहे हो क्या यार? Get to this thing. N and n square, which is big O, which is big omega, little o. You tell me the tightest relationship between them. N and n square. Were you there in the class when we were doing this? Hello? कौन हो you? Were you there in the class? यहाँ से पता भी नहीं चल रहा कौन था. Were you there in the class? Hello?
Yes, sir.
This yes is from someone else. अभी दो सेकंड पहले जिससे मैं बात कर रहा था. Okay, anyways, so this is the thing. N is little o of n squared. We have seen this thing actually. N is extremely small as compared to n squared. But this is like n to the 1 and 2, right? And this, in fact, more or less happens all the time. So if you have some alpha and beta, where alpha is less than beta and all positive, then n to the alpha will actually be little o of n to the beta. Okay, so this maybe we'll try to solve sometime in between, or I'll add this question since it is not written here. But this is the more or less the idea. So what do you expect? So I want somebody to give me the answer. What do you expect with this? N to the 1.5 and n squared. How will they compare? I'm not asking for a proof, but what do you think? We will write down a proof later. But what do you think? If you cannot even guess an answer, how will you prove it? Right? I'm not always going to give you the full statement and ask you to prove it. There are other questions here. No? See, in the tutorial sheet, if you look at question number 4, for example, or question number 2, for example, it's not given whether it is big O, big omega, little o. You have to find out. So you need to be able to guess answers as well. Okay. I say हमेशा दिया नहीं जाएगा. You should have to be able to find out what is the relationship. So now tell me, give me a guess. Wrong guess is fine, but give me a guess. N to the 1.5 and n squared. What do you think is the relationship between them?
Equal to O and square.
Which
Small
O?
O and square.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you are claiming that n to the 1.5 is little o n squared. Right? Okay, so let's get into this little later. Now, whatever idea you use that and tell me n log n is little o n square root n. Can you prove that? How will you prove that something is little o of n, right? Are you all have notebooks and pen in your hand, right? कि मैं ही लिखता जाऊंगा, नहीं ऐसा नहीं चलेगा, ठीक है? n log n little o n square root n. Work out something and tell me what do you get. What will this be? N log n by n square root n. That is limit n tending to infinity n log n by, let me just write this 1.5. That will be limit n tending to infinity n log n by n to the 0.5. This is square root n to the 0.5. Sorry, just log n by n to the 0.5, and this has to be 0 because of the same reason as before. Okay, and this completes the argument. Right? So you get an idea of how to do theta, little o, omega, big O. Okay, you have an idea of how to start proving something, right? So now, can you tell me one problem which you find difficult and then I'll solve that rather than solving these easy ones? हेलो, कोई respond भी नहीं करता यार. This is not good. Hello, there are so many people here in class. Hello, I'm talking to you guys. Point out one problem which you find difficult and I'll solve it.
So question number 4.
4 here, n plus a to the b is theta n to the b.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's do that. Okay, I'm asking you to pick because I hope you realize we will not be able to solve everything. Whatever we can, we will do today and Monday. Then it is up to you. Okay, so the more you try, the better we are in a position to cover as much as possible. ठीक है, तो आज के लिए अभी तो कुछ कर नहीं सकते. I will solve some problems, but before Monday you have to try some questions. Okay, so let's do 4. Okay, so what do you think? How will you approach this problem? First, tell me that. So let me show you an easy way. Okay, are you trying to use binomial theorem and open out this raised to b? Is that what the problem is? See, if you, this is the thing, if you try something, come here, and then if I'm explaining it to you, you will understand better, because at least you have got stuck somewhere, and then you will understand it better when I explain to you. Now I'm simply solving, and you simply copy it down. What are you going to learn from it? You're not going to learn much. Next, another problem that looks a little bit different from this, you will get stuck again. So this is why I'm saying again and again. See, tutorial 1 चल रहा है, अगर tutorial 4 तक ऐसे ही चलता रहा, I'm going to stop advising you on what to do. Then you are on your own. Okay, I'll simply solve some problems and move ahead. But then if you are in trouble, it will be very difficult. So tutorial 1 शुरुआत चल रहा है, I'm telling you again and again, you have to spend time on this course. You have to listen to lectures. You have to try problems. Otherwise, how will you be able to do anything at all? And lots of people are missing classes. 30 बच्चे हैं क्लास में, 20 लोग दिखते हैं, बाकी के 10 जन कहाँ जाते हैं पता नहीं. I don't know if who is coming and who is not. If you are attending lecture, missing tutorial, missing lecture, attending tutorial, इसमें भी problem है. You will miss out on many things. So anyways, it is up to you. You have to decide what you want to do. But this is what I have to say. If you don't spend time, you will be in trouble. Remember that. Okay. So let's go ahead. So when you have an expression of the form n plus a to the b, it's quite natural to try and expand this as n to the b plus something, 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 right? Using binomial theorem. But binomial theorem works when b is an integer, right? N plus b squared, n plus a squared, n plus a cube, and things like that. In the question, if you see b is some positive real number, in that case, what will you do? So it's tricky. Okay, binomial theorem, well, there will be versions for real b also. You can search the internet and find out how to do this. But in this case, something much simpler can be done. Much simpler, much easier. Okay, note that n is like an increasing parameter, right? Because you are looking for results of the form something holds true for all n greater than or equal to n naught. Such kinds of things. But a and b are fixed. So fix a, b in R and b greater than 0. That's what is given to us, right? So a and b are fixed. They cannot increase or decrease. They are whatever they are. Is that okay? So it makes sense to look at these things when n becomes far away from a. So what do we want? Roughly, we want this. We have n plus a to the b less than or equal to n plus n to the b, which is equal to 2n to the b, that's equal to 2 to the b times n to the b. You see, 2 to the b is a constant. Similarly, n plus a to the b is greater than or equal to, what will you do? We can simply say n by 2 to the b, that's equal to 1 by 2 to the b n to the b, right? This can be true, but if you choose n not correctly. Okay, so this first part is true whenever, check this, first part is true for all n greater than or equal to mod a. A is a real number, right? So we cannot say positive or negative. Mod a I can take to be n naught, and I can go ahead with this. Okay, check that this inequality will be true. What about the second one? So if a is positive, then anyways is true because n plus a is greater than or equal to n greater than or equal to n by 2. The problem is when a is negative, so n, it's actually minus some a prime. Okay, so then this thing should not go below n by 2, which means a in mod should be at least n by 2, should be at most n by 2. Okay, so once again check that this is true whenever n is greater than or equal to 2 mod p. Okay, so this part I'm leaving you to check. This is something that you will have to check on your own, but this is easy. Okay, so n plus a to the b is at most this, and this is at most this. So you have your constants. It's 2 to the b and half to the b. These are your constants. Check these two. Okay, and this implies, so the first thing implies that n plus a to the b is big O n to the b. And the second thing implies that n plus a to the b is big omega n to the b. Thus, is theta n to the b. Okay,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
right. That's what this is. So let's solve something else. What do you want to solve? Okay, so Monday I will expect you to have tried problems and you should be able to tell me which problems are easy, which problems are difficult, which one you can solve, which one you cannot. Okay, today I don't want to waste time asking you what have you done, what have you done when you're not saying anything. So let me just solve a few problems. And I'll do a little quickly because anyways you're not in a position to help me out right now. So I'll do it quickly, and these lectures are being recorded. I'll share the slides, go back and have a look at it. Okay, so let's do this. Let's do the second one. So n log n is little o 1 plus delta for any fixed delta. So let's consider a fixed delta greater than 0. And you want to show little o, which means you just have to take the limit, okay, approximately. So then we have limit n tending to infinity n log n by n to the 1 plus delta. This is easy. This is exactly limit n tending to infinity log n by n to the delta, and we have already seen this result. So this will go to 0 because delta is positive. So this implies n log n is in fact little o n to the 1 plus delta. Okay, let's look at the third one. So n log n to the mu and this. So once again, let's fix mu and delta to positive. Then now we have limit n tending to infinity n log n to the mu by n to the 1 plus delta, which should be equal to limit n tending to infinity just log n to the mu by n to the delta, and in fact this is also equal to 0. Okay, so this is another result that I want you to remember. So important for any mu and delta greater than 0. And similarly the other way around also. So limit n tending to infinity n to the delta by 2 to the mu n, that will also be equal to 0. Okay, both of these limits are 0. Okay, so that proves little o, because we already have this limit equal to 0, and then obviously by definition n of n times log into the mu is little o n to the 1 plus delta. Let's go to fifth one. Fifth one is easy but interesting. So 2 to the 2n is not big O 2 to n. Okay, so that is what it is. And that's easy to see actually. So first thing to note is 2 to the 2n can be written as 2 to the n whole squared. Right? And now if I say this is not big O 2 to the n, it should not come as a surprise, because we know that n is not big O n squared. Oh sorry, n squared is not big O n. Okay, so now try proving this, or rather, okay, let's do this. So suppose by contradiction, okay, 2 to the n squared is equal to big O 2 to the n. We will get a contradiction easily, because this implies there exists c greater than 0, n not positive integer, such that 2 to the n squared is at most c times 2 to the n for all n greater than or equal to n naught. Is that correct? And we do the same thing, the same issue that we did with n squared. This implies I can cancel out 2 to the n, right? 2 to the n is at most c for all n greater than or equal to n naught. But that's not true, right? I mean, you just have to pick n naught properly. So now do some back calculation. So if you have 2 to the n at most c, this implies when you take log to the base 2, you will get you will get n is at most log c, right? So the moment n is greater than log c, you are getting a contradiction. So take n naught to be anything that is greater than log c, and we have 2 to the n to be greater than c for all n greater than or equal to n naught, which is a contradiction. So 2 to the 2n, which is 2 to the n whole squared, cannot be big O 2 to the n. Okay. Right. Or the second part. Second part is that 2 to the 2n is big omega. Now this is easier. So this is the second part. So let's take limit n tending to infinity. What should we take now? 2 to the 2n. Rather, sorry. 2 to the n by 2 to the 2n. And we have already seen 2 to the 2n is 2 to the n whole square. So this is equal to limit n tending to infinity 1 by 2 to the n. This is equal to 0. So this implies 2 to the 2n is little omega 2 to the n. The other part is also easy actually. You just have to take limit n tending to infinity what will you take? 2 to the n by 3 to the n. But now you can write this as limit n tending to infinity 2 by 3 to the n. But 2 by 3 is less than 1, right? Anything less than 1, when you take the nth power and take limit n tending to infinity, this is equal to 0, right? That's a limit result that you should know. Limit n tending to infinity, sum a to the n. This is equal to 0 if a is less than 1, infinity if a is greater than 1, and 1 if a is equal to 1. And I'm assuming that a is a non-negative number. Okay. So this is equal to 0, and this implies 2 to the n is little o d to b. Right. That was easy. Now you keep doing the same thing actually. So now, problem number 6. 2 to the n is little o, 2 plus delta to the n. Right. So how would you do? So once again, fix delta positive. Then limit n tending to infinity, 2 to the n by 2 plus delta tn. It's clear what you have to do. You have to take you have to simplify this. So this becomes 1 by 1 plus delta by 2 to the n. Right? Now 1 plus delta by 2 is greater than 1. So the denominator in limit goes to infinity. But then so this goes to 1 by infinity. So this is again equal to 0. Right? Because delta is positive. And this implies 2 to the n is little o 2 plus delta to the n. Again, it's easy. Okay, you just had to sit down and write these limits. That's all you had to do. Other things were fairly easy. Or the only place that you would have got stuck is probably in understanding the value of this limit as a limit of a to the n, or in the earlier place, in this place, in understanding this result, log n to the mu by n to the delta, or the previous one, limit of log n by n to the delta. Okay, you might have got stuck here, but I wanted to see that. I wanted you to have tried so much and tell me that, okay, I'm getting this limit, but I don't know what the value is, which shows that you had tried actually, right? That is what I wanted to see. I was okay if you are not able to understand what is the value of this limit. Check that. I'm here to tell you, but you should have reached this point at least. Okay, you should have got stuck. You should have told me ये limit मिल रहा है, इसका value क्या है पता नहीं. Then I could have helped you out. That is what I'm expecting from you. I'm not expecting full answers, but you should have reached. You should have tried everything that you could have before you come here. Okay. So, anyways, let's go to the next question. N factorial is little o n to the n. Now that is very interesting. Once again. And n factorial is omega 2 to the n. That is also interesting. So big O and big omega are actually very easy in this case to prove. Okay, so how do we do this? So now let me give you another result. So let me show you here, and you people can go and check on your own as well. Let me show you something. Stirling approximation. Okay, what does Stirling approximation say? It says this. You see this tilde? This tilde is exactly the tilde that we have defined. Okay, Stirling approximation says that n factorial is tilde this thing, square root 2 pi n times n by e to the n. Okay, we will not prove Stirling approximation, we will assume this. Okay, so I will write this down in our slides also later on, or maybe on Monday we will talk a little bit about Stirling approximation. But anyways, for now let us assume this. Okay, so let's go back to the board. And before I go to this problem, let me write down in a slide what Stirling approximation is. Okay, so Stirling's approximation is that n factorial is tilde of square root 2 pi n times n by e to the n. This is one. There are two versions. So let's look at the other version. The other version is for log. Okay. Log n factorial is n log n minus n log e plus big O log n. Okay. So let me write that as well. The second version is log of n factorial is in fact equal to n log n minus n log e, and what is the next term, plus something that is big O log n. Okay, and in terms of natural log I have denoted here ln. ln is log to the base e. Okay, so natural log of n factorial is easier. n ln so n log n, natural log n minus n plus big O log n. Okay, so it is always useful to remember these. Just remember these. You don't have to prove this or anything, but it is important to remember these. They will be useful every time, from time to time. Okay, so let us use this in this result. So seventh one. So then we have limit n tending to infinity n factorial by n to the n. Right? So what do we do this? So let's now see by Stirling approximation. N factorial is tilde of square root 2 pi n by e to the n. What does that mean? By definition of tilde, this means limit n tending to infinity. Or let's write it either ways. So let me write it this way: square root 2 pi n by e to the n by n factorial is equal to 1. See, limit is 1, so you can write numerator by denominator or denominator by numerator. It does not matter. Okay. In fact, you should write it the way you find it more convenient for you. Okay. So, but this is 1, right? So you can actually multiply this in the limit. So then we get this limit, the above limit that we want, n factorial by n to the n. This is in fact equal to limit n tending to infinity. So let me write it down fully: n factorial by n to the n, limit n tending to infinity. Now these limits exist. Okay, so we don't have to worry about those. These are bounded. Square root 2 pi n by e to the n divided by n factorial. This is equal to 1, so I can bring this here. And now I can take these terms inside because product of limits. So this is n factorial by n to the n times square root 2 pi n, let's say by n factorial, n by e to the n. This limit. And you see n factorial will cancel. And you have n to the n, n to the n, e to the n. So even n to the n will cancel. So this is in fact equal to limit n tending to infinity, just square root 2 pi n divided by e to the n. Everything else cancels. Okay. Now that is easy. Now this is equal to Square root 2 pi is also a constant, so you can bring that out. Square root 2 pi, limit n tending to infinity, square root n is n to the 1.5 divided by e to the n. And you see, this limit is just like you can take any constant here. It can be 2 to the n or e to the n, anything that is greater than 1. The limit will give you the same thing. Okay, n to the delta divided by some constant to the 1, where the constant is greater than 1, will be 0. So this is equal to 0 because this limit is equal to 0. Okay, and thus we have shown this. Thus n factorial is little o n to the n. Okay, so now let's show omega. How do we do that? Once again, it's the same. Yeah.
हेलो
हाँ.
सर प्लीज बैक हाँ हाँ एक मिनट सर
Oh, you want to write, no? हाँ, ठीक है. Actually, if you miss out writing something, you can also look at the recording later. So that is also fine.
सर इसकी भी एक बार सर और एक इसके पीछे और एक था ना स्लाइड वो बताइए ना एक मिनट
हाँ, मैं ये कह रहा था कि अगर लिखते समय कुछ मिस हो गया तो आप recording देख सकते हैं बाद में. That is also there.
ओके
क्योंकि आप वैसे
डन
भी
सर
दोबारा ऐसे पूरा देखे बिना आप समझ नहीं पाएंगे. तो आपको देखना ही है फिर से.
डन सर डन
Okay, so now let us show the remaining part, which is again Stirling approximation once again. So now what do we want? We have limit n tending to infinity. N factor is omega, little omega 2 to the n. So we need to take 2 to the n by n factorial, right? And now here we'll consider the other limit. So we'll think of this as limit n tending to infinity 2 to the n by n factorial, limit n tending to infinity n factorial by the other thing, square root 2 pi n n by e to the n. Why is that? Because this limit is 1, so I can take either way, numerator by denominator or denominator by numerator, does not matter. Okay, then this is equal to limit n tending to infinity, you bring these terms together, 2 to the n by n factorial by square root 2 pi n by e to the n, right? N factorial cancels, and now 2 to the n will go with this. So that's equal to limit n tending to infinity. Now look at this carefully. This will become 1 upon square root 2 pi n by 2e to the n. If you bring 2 down, okay? But you don't have to do that. Now, easier thing to do is just look at it this way. Think of pushing this up. So this is limit n tending to infinity, n factorial cancels, keep 2 as it is, push this up. So you will get 2e to the n divided by square root 2 pi n into n to the n. Okay? And now once again this will be equal to 0. Now this I leave you to check. Check this, and if you don't get this, tell me on Monday. Check. Okay, so that's n factorial is omega 2 to the n. Okay, so this Yeah, we have done 6-7 problems. That's okay. I'll stop here right now. But remember what I was asking you to do. Try some problems. You can take help from internet or something, whatever you want to do. But just I want you to get familiarity with writing some things down. ठीक है? ऐसे ही खाली हाथ नहीं आने का lecture में या tutorial में. Write down something, try something, and then come. Said okay. I expect you to do that because otherwise we will not be able to go ahead. It will be a problem. At some point of time, I'll have to decide that I will go ahead irrespective of whether you understand or not. I don't want to do that. Okay. So spend some time,
Sir, sir.
try these problems. Okay. And then we'll meet again on Monday and continue this.
Sir,
Okay. Huh.
sir, can you repeat the last question?
Which one? This one?
हाँ sir, this one. ये
2
वाला.
to the n by n factorial.
हाँ.
तो वही तो लिखा है ना, दिख रहा है ना मुझे, बोर्ड दिख रहा है क्या?
नहीं इससे पहले वाला सर, इससे पहले वाला.
हाँ.
हाँ हाँ.
So you are writing down or you want me to tell something?
Yes.
No, what yes? You want me to explain this again?
Yeah sir.
Huh. So what did we do here? So this is the limit that we have to check. Right? So now Stirling approximation tells me this. This I just wrote it from here. Tilde है. Tilde का definition क्या है? This limit is 1. Okay. Now tilde goes both ways. So I can take this by this or this by this. Right? Numerator by denominator, denominator by numerator. Doesn't matter. Okay. But now this limit is equal to this limit times 1. But that 1 is this limit. Okay. Then I took both of these terms inside. So that limit n tending to infinity, this times this. But then terms cancel, right? N factorial cancels. N to the n cancels. What you're remaining with is this much. But then constant also comes out. This is just n to the 1.5 by e to the n. Limit n tending to infinity. This limit is 0. In exactly the same way as we did n to the delta by 2 to the n is 0. You can take any constant a greater than 1. And you can say n to the delta by a to the n. Limit will be 0. Okay, e is a constant greater than 2 actually. So this limit is 0 and therefore n factorial is below n to the n.
Okay sir. Thank you sir.
Okay. Yeah, and I'm doing the same thing here also. It's again limit is limit times 1, but now I'm choosing it the other way around because I want to cancel the terms. Okay.
Yes sir.
Okay then, so we will stop here, and next time when I meet you guys, I want you to have tried problems. Okay, otherwise it will be difficult for you only. So try problems and now.
Thank you sir.
Yeah, I will also put some lecture today and tomorrow. So I want you to go through that also. Monday we will do little bit tutorial and little bit of lecture also. Okay. So okay then. Bye.
Okay sir. Bye.
Okay.